to sit on your mat. If your mat's facing long ways to the camera, that's okay. Just sit anywhere in the middle of your mat. And let's start by bringing our feet into a diamond shape, butterfly shape, sorry. So Baddha Konasana. Draw the feet in. You can hold onto the ankles or onto the toes. And just take a minute before we begin, just to close the eyes down. So we won't stay here long this morning, we're going to get moving straight away. But just take a minute to close the eyes down and sort of arrive on your mats this morning. So just let yourself feel in the body any areas of ease or unease. And just let yourself notice the breath. So let's just take 3 nice conscious breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. You don't need to make it really deep or manipulated in any way. Just breathe in easily through the nose and out through the nose. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale and exhale. And last breath, inhale and exhale. And then gently open the eyes and take a hold of either the feet or the ankles here, and just take a moment to just sort of rock into the knees. So just sort of starting to free your butterfly wings. We know butterflies are a symbol of sort of creativity for sure, with their beautiful colours and patterns on the wings. So just gently rocking into the legs. And then coming to stop that, taking your hands off and just sort of make your legs a little bit more of a diamond shape. So extending back a little bit. Bring your hands onto the knees and let's move with our breath now. So take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, just let your hands slide down towards your feet and come into fold, lengthening into your spine. And then inhale again, coming back to the knees. And then exhale back to the feet. So just, if you're feeling a little bit stiff, we're going to do a few rounds of this. So just let yourself sort of warm into it. Inhale back up to sit. And then exhale back towards the feet. Inhaling towards the knees, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. So just sort of melting the heart down in between the legs. This time, little variation, inhale to the knees and hold on to the edge of the knees, and as you exhale, tuck the chin and round the spine. And then inhale back up and then exhale forward. So this is 2 parts to the breath. Inhale and then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. So if we want to sort of move energy in the body, keep going like this. We just need to find that freedom. We need to find this space where the breath and the body can kind of come together. So we're not actually necessarily moving the body and breathing separately, but they sort of start to, one starts to be affected by the other. Good, exhale. Let's just do 1 more of those. Inhale back up, lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, can you come all the way down to fold towards the feet, and let's hold that. So hold that forward fold in a diamond shape. And then slowly slide the hands all the way back up. Swing the legs around and come onto your hands and knees. So if you are facing the long end of your mat, switch so that you're now facing to the narrow end. And bring your hands and wrists underneath the shoulders here. Take your knees under the hips. Take the knees about hip width apart. And let's start to take that a little further now onto this hands and knees positions. Take an inhale, and as you do, drop the belly down and lift the heart and gaze up. And as you exhale, press down into the palms, tuck the chin and gaze to the belly. And keep moving here in this cat-cow breath, inhaling to look up. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding and finding some freedom in the back of the shoulders. Good, keep moving like this. I was inspired with this class or this theme by someone I follow on Instagram. He does a lot of yoga philosophy in his posts, and he was talking about creativity flowing through rather than flowing from you, and that to allow it to move easily, we really need to kind of have space in the body, because we're always sort of tend to be really locked up and thinking and doing and just sort of not allowing what needs to come to come. So let's just take one more breath like that, coming after that exhale back to a neutral position. Take the hands a little further forward now and spread the fingers really wide. Let's tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. So draw the hips up, take the feet hip distance here, and let's just come to 3 breaths like this. So inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good, take this last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, can you walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of the mat? So come into a forward fold here. So if you're feeling a little tight in the legs, bend into the knees a little. If you're feeling a little tight into the neck, just gently sort of gaze between the legs as best you can and just gently nod the head yes and shake the head no. And just take another breath like this, inhale. And as you exhale, can you bend more fully into the right knee here? So bend the right knee, place the fingertips in front of the right foot and sweep the left arm to the sky and open through the heart here. So nice stretch for the hips and a little bit into the lower back here. Good, flow that hand down. Switch it over, so bend the left knee fully, fingertips to the left toes, straighten the right leg and flow the other arm up. Good, and then bring that hand down, bend into both knees and sweep the arms wide and come to stand. So come all the way up for the beginning of this Friday. Exhale. Hands come into the heart. And let's sweep the arms again, take them to the sky. This time stay here and let's grab hold of the right wrist. And then take yourself into a nice side bend. So pressing down fully into the right foot. Lengthening through the right ribs here. Take a nice full breath, and as you do, gaze beyond the right arm. Good, come to center, switch it over, take the left wrist and bending the other way now, pressing more energy into the left foot. Good, come all the way to center, soften into the knees, swan dive down. Let's walk our hands forward, come into plank pose. So you can drop onto the knees here or you can stay in a full plank. And then exhale, take your belly all the way to the earth. Good, keep the hands here resting underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, little baby cobra. So really control the movement, firm into the abdominals here and then flow down. Good, let's do 2 more of them, making it really fluid. Inhale to lift up and then exhale. 1 more breath like that, inhale up. Good, and then exhale, float the heart all the way back to the earth. Tuck the toes here and let's come into down dog, either through the knees or through plank, and lift the hips up. Good, and then in your downward facing dog, keep the fingers spread. So we want to keep that really lovely foundation through the parts of us connected to the earth. So spread into the fingers here, but bring the big toes to touch together. And then can you take the right leg and inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky. Good, and then as you exhale, step it all the way through to the hands here. Good, firm into the belly and inhale, come on up. Good, sweep the arms wide and then exhale, hands into the heart. We're going to stay here, you've got 2 more of these. Inhale. Good, freeing the shoulders here, exhale. Last one of these, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Good, stay here, this time gazing up, palms or finger pads connect, and then take that left hand and place it to the back of the left thigh. And then gentle, if it feels good for your lower back, little crescent lunge here. And then big windmill arms, take the arms nice and flow them all the way down, left fingertips to the floor. And inhale into this twist. Option to drop the back knee if you need to. But can you feel the full expansion of that arm span from the bottom hand to the top? And then let that top hand come to the earth, frame the foot here, step into plank. Good, exhale through the knees or plank to the floor. Good, inhale, cobra. Exhale. Tuck the toes, come through plank or knees, downward facing dog. Good, let's stay in our downward facing dog for 3 full breaths. Inhaling again. Exhale. If you want to move a little into the legs, that's really nice to free a little bit of energy in the legs, just walking out your downward facing dog. 1 more breath. And then start to bring the big toes to touch together again and sweep the left leg to the sky as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, step your left leg through to the front of the mat. Good, inhale, firm into the belly, come on up. Good, exhale, hands to the heart here. And again, inhale, sweep the arms wide, open into the shoulders, the chest, the collarbone, and then exhale into the heart. Last one of these, inhale, sweep the arms wide, gaze up, finger pads connect. Good, take the right hand to the back of the leg, just place it behind the thigh or on the back of the thigh. Gentle crescent lunge here, gaze up, lift a little through the ribs. Good, and then windmill the arms, big arm circles, freeing into the shoulders, and take the gaze up here. Good, lift a little through that back knee if it's sinking down. And then flow the hand back to the earth here. Got another vinyasa here, place the hands to the earth, stepping back into plank. Good, exhale. Inhale. Tuck the toes here, downward facing dog. Oh, 3 breaths here again. Coming maybe into a bit more stillness now, starting to allow yourself the opportunity to turn inwards. 1 more breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, start to walk your feet towards your hands here, but we're going to come to take them wide. So take them wide to the edges of your mat. And coming to squat down. So if you don't love this pose, if your knees don't like it, you can come to sit just on your bottom. Otherwise, take the feet wide. You can also, if you wanted to, support your heels if you're sort of on your toes. Bring your hands into the heart here. And just take a moment here to feel the sensations in the body here. You can close the eyes down. And you can feel that the energy started to move. You can feel the gentle heartbeat, maybe feeling a little bit of that puffed sensation. Taking another breath here. And slowly bringing your fingertips to the earth, gently pressing down to lift up and coming all the way to stand. So gently sort of walk the feet a little bit more into hip distance, soften into the knees and come all the way to stand. Good, exhale. So let's come into Tadasana now. So drawing energy down into the feet, into the earth, but at the same time sort of receiving. So lift up through the knees and lengthen into the spine here. You can keep the hands here at the heart or drop them down. Actually, let's all keep our hands here. Lift through the crown of the head. And from this place, let's move into the next part of the standing sequence, starting to move a little bit more now. So we'll open the arms wide. So sweep the arms wide and take the heart forward, and then exhale, draw the palms in, tuck the chin. Let's do 2 more of these. Let this be your sort of possibility for creativity. Open right up. Good. Exhale, hands come into the heart. Good. And then inhale. It's this beautiful contrast of being open, but at the same time feeling that pull to turn inwards. Good. Let's take 1 more. Open the arms really wide, heart lifts, collarbone broad, and then as you exhale, take the right elbow on top of the left and come into Garuda arms here. And at the same time, bring the weight into the left leg, take the right foot and come into this figure 4 shape. So bend into the knee just a little. Can't look at the camera because I'll topple over. So bend the left knee a little and come into this sort of chair pose with figure 4. So dorsiflex the foot, so flex it. Take your thumb or edge of the hand to the third eye here. So we know that creativity wants freedom to flow, but it also requires a bit of discipline. They say if you want to write, you should sit down every day and write. If you want to paint, you need to paint. Let's take 1 more breath. Good, and then start to rise. Take that right leg, step it all the way back long, and drop the heel down. Good, sweep the arms. Let's come into reverse warrior. Take the front arm up and the back hand to the back leg. Good, and then stay here. Just hold for a breath. Take an inhale into those front ribs. Release all the stuck energy there, and then exhale, elbow to the knee. Top arm alongside the ear and extend. Good, inhale, sweep back. Reverse warrior, palm to the sky, hand to the back leg. Good, just make sure your back toes are pointing a little bit towards the front of your mat to keep the knees safe. And then exhale, elbow to the knee and extend. Last one of those, inhale, reverse warrior. Good, and then exhale, take your hands to the earth. Again, windmill the arms and get all the way down there. Let's step back into plank. Good, stay here. We're going to come into a side plank. So you can do this from the knees if you want to. Otherwise, from full plank, rolling onto the right arm here. Extend and lengthen the left arm up. If you want to, you can take the left leg and bring it to the floor here at a right angle, just for something different today. Gaze is up. Lift a little through the hips, firm into the under ribs. Good, and then flow that hand down. Coming into plank. Let's go to the other side while we're here, rolling to the left. And again, this time you can take the right leg and stamp it to the floor just in front of the hips. Good, and then flow that hand to the earth. Come to plank again here and drop the knees down. Good, take a little moment. You can just sink back to child's pose for a minute. Maybe rest your forehead to the floor. Just a couple of breaths here. Again, this really lovely opportunity to turn inwards as a contrast to the flow and movement. And then start to lift now. Come back onto the hands and knees. Bring the wrists under the shoulders again. Knees can come a little closer together. Take the right leg in. Oh, actually, we'll start with the left leg. Take the left leg and extend it out. Good. And then as you point into the toe, let's come to inhale again. So take a breath in here. And then exhale, pulse it to the nose here. Tuck the chin in. Good. Inhale and extend, lengthen. Gaze is up here, lift through the heart. Good, exhale to the nose. Good, inhale, extend and lengthen here. Two options here, choose which one you like. Let's take it across the body. So take it across to your right and point the toe. You can't really see that. You can point the toe down and gaze over. So you can stay with that gentle twist, or option to bend the knee. Reach back with the right hand and come into a little deer pose here. Good, and then release the foot, place it back to the earth. Shuffle through the hips here. Maybe make some hip circles, maybe a couple of cat-cows to transition to the other side. And then coming to stillness again. Ready to take the right leg this time. Inhale and extend the right leg long, point the toe. Exhale, pulse to the nose. Good, inhale, extend. This time lift through the heart, gaze up, exhale to the nose. Last one of those, inhale and extend, point the toe. Option one, take it across the body to the left side and gaze over into a twist. Option two, bend the knee, use the left hand to grab the foot. Come into a nice gentle, not so gentle back bend, tricky balance. Good, and then take that foot, that's the foot that we need, draw it all the way through, this time to the front of the mat. Ready to take the other side. Can you tuck the toe, lift the knee, plant the heel down here. Cartwheel the arms all the way up, reverse warrior. Good. Freeing all that stuck energy in the ribs. Take a breath into those front ribs, inhale. Good, as you exhale, elbow onto the knee, extend the top arm, lengthen. Press down into that back pinky toe. Let the energy travel from the earth all the way up through the side body. Good, float the arms back, inhale. Exhale. Good, be graceful with the arms. Last one, inhale, flow them up and back. Plant the hands. Allow yourself to square to the top of the mat, so lift that back heel. Step yourself all the way through. Keep the knees soft as you inhale and sweep the arms back up into Tadasana. Good, exhale into the heart. Again, stay here with the finger pads connected at the chest. Close the eyes down, maybe just for a moment. Press down into the feet. Shuffle the body so that you feel that really lovely sense of alignment and length. And this place where the breath is moving, you can feel that energy in the legs. You can feel like you've been working. It's that we've started to get things moving. We've started to make a little bit more of a channel through the body for energy to move. And let's take it now to the other side for the balance. So with the palms of the heart, take an inhale and open up. Good. Again, let this be your possibility. Exhale to the heart. Good. Two more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Really, you can even round into the back just a little. Last one of these. Inhale. Good. And then this time the left elbow stacks on top of the right. You can connect the hands in any way or even just hug yourself here. And so we need to bring the weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee, take it onto the thigh and start to sink into chair pose. Move the elbows slightly away from the body and lift them up. Good, and let this be this contrast, the discipline to our flow in creativity. The discipline and focus that's required to make it work. Good, just one more breath. As you exhale, start to rise up. Keep that leg up. Step it all the way back. Release the hands. Take them to the earth. Come into downward facing dog. Good. Welcome to come to child's pose here for a moment. We're just going to stay for 3 breaths. We're almost done. We're staying down on the floor now. Good. Take that last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, let's start to rock the body forward into plank. You can, again, drop to the knees if you need to. Bring your body all the way to the earth. Good. Stay here. Release the feet. Take the hands wide. So take the hands off the mat. Bring the elbows to the sky. And with all of that lovely space across the front of the body, we're going to come to a back bend here, a wide-armed cobra. So bring your chin to the floor. Squeeze into the shoulder blades. And then take an inhale. Press into the finger pads. Lift up through the heart here. This sense of, again, freedom and openness through the front of the body. And then slowly let yourself rock and roll back to the earth. Hands can draw in. Tuck the toes here. And let's come into child's pose. Sink the hips back just for a couple of breaths here. Lengthen through the arms. Actually, if you want to, you can take a variation with the arms. Maybe bring the hands into prayer pose, sort of at the neck. Just maybe 2 more breaths here. One more breath. And then start to lift now. Coming to sit so you can swing the legs forward, and then we're actually going to come to lay down on our back. So you can come to lay down, from the elbows, or if you want to, you can just take a few spinal rolls, grab the knees, and just gently rock and roll a couple of times with the knees drawing in. And then letting yourself come to rest. Actually, coming to lay down, but hugging the knees in. Grab the knees and just give yourself a little hug here. And then let's take our left foot, bring it to the earth. Take your right foot, place the ankle on top of the knee, and then thread the needle through, so grabbing onto the left leg. And bringing your shoulders back to the earth here. And then maybe just noticing that your left leg might be moving into the middle of the body. Can you sort of maneuver the left leg back towards the left side and feel that a little bit more in the right leg? Good, and then from there, from that position, let the left foot come to the floor. Keep that right leg there, but just slide the knee down. So now you're crossing your legs, sort of like a lady might at the table. Take the arms really wide. Shuffle the hips to the right, and slowly let the knees draw down to the left. And come into that really lovely supine twist shape. Keep the breath moving. In a twist, it's always like sometimes, and we can hold our breath or hold on. So can you just allow the breath to move easily without those deep breaths? We're coming to this very lunar part of the class now. We want to start to let that conscious breath go. Start to bring your legs back to center now. Uncross them. Hug them in. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Feel that lovely difference between the two sides of the body now. And then slowly bring the right foot to the earth. Take the left ankle on top of the right knee and come to thread the needle first, so reaching through. And again, noticing that the right leg might move to the middle of the body. So just keep the right leg sort of more on the right side in line with the right hip, and just feel the stretch a little more deeply. And then slowly letting the foot come to the earth now. Take that ankle, slide it down so that the knees are now crossed. And this time shuffle the hips to the left and slowly let the knees fall the opposite way. Arms extended if they're not already. Nice big T if you've got room at home. Letting the shoulders rest to the earth. This final stretch here this morning. And this last opportunity to kind of, be at home alone on the inside before we start moving out into our day. So bring the knees back to center, final hug in, and then you can lengthen the legs onto your mat. Take your arms, extend them. So we're right on 6:31, my iPad says. I'm going to leave you here. If you can stay for even just 3 or 5 minutes in Shavasana, if you've got some quiet and some time, do that. I really encourage you to do that.